Most men never break because of what happens to them. They break because of what they believe about themselves. The moment a man tells himself, "I cannot take this anymore," it is already over. Not because the situation was too hard, because his identity was too weak. There is a version of you that does not bend, does not panic, does not need anyone's approval to keep moving. That man exists, but he is buried under 7 years of soft decisions. In this video, I will show you the 7 Stoic habits that build a mind nothing can break. And at the end, I will reveal the one rule that almost no one talks about, the rule that separates men who endure from men who collapse. Most men will hear this and do nothing. A few will understand it and never be the same. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Most men spend their entire lives arguing with reality. They say, "This should not have happened. This is not fair. I did not deserve this." But Stoicism teaches something brutal. Reality does not care what you think it should be. It only responds to what you do next. Psychologists call this the locus of control. Men with an internal locus, men who believe their actions determine their outcomes, consistently show higher resilience, lower anxiety, and stronger performance under pressure. Men with an external locus, men who blame circumstances, other people, bad luck, they stay exactly where they are. Here is what that looks like in real life. 2 men lose the same job on the same day. The first man spends 3 weeks telling everyone how unfair it was. The second man spends those 3 weeks building something new. 1 year later, they are not in the same place. Mentally unbreakable men do not waste a single second arguing with what has already happened. They ask one question only: what is the next right move? That is the first habit. Own your reality. Every second you spend resisting it is a second your enemy gains on you. But owning reality is only the beginning. Because the second habit, this one will feel uncomfortable. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare. Do this, and you will say to yourself, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" Weak men avoid discomfort. Strong men schedule it. This is not motivational language. This is biology. When you deliberately expose yourself to discomfort, cold, hunger, silence, difficulty, your nervous system adapts. Your threshold for stress rises. What once broke you becomes background noise. The Stoics did not just talk about endurance, they practiced it. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of the most powerful empire on earth, slept on a simple soldier's mat. Not because he had to, because he knew that a man who fears losing comfort has already lost his freedom. The habit is this: every week, choose one comfort and remove it for 3 days. Your phone in the morning, warm water, eating whenever you want. You are not punishing yourself. You are sending a message to your nervous system. The message is this: I am in command, not my cravings, not my fear, me. But here is the truth most men are too weak to accept. Discomfort alone is not enough. What you do inside the discomfort, that is where the real habit lives. Epictetus wrote, "Man, look to yourself. You carry the seeds of your own destruction within you, and also the seeds of your resurrection."
Most men lie to themselves constantly. They say they are working hard when they are simply staying busy. They say they are disciplined when they are following habits they never chose and never examined. Think about this. A man who never looks in the direction he is walking can walk very hard, very fast, and arrive completely lost. Effort without examination is not strength. It is sophisticated self-destruction. Mentally unbreakable men do something most find terrifying. They watch themselves, without mercy, without excuses. Every evening, the Stoics practiced what they called the daily examination. 3 questions, brutal and simple. What did I do well today? Where did I act beneath who I am? What will I do differently tomorrow? This is not self-criticism. This is self-engineering. The man who never examines himself is controlled by patterns he cannot see. He reacts to the same triggers, makes the same mistakes, wonders why nothing changes. He is running software he never chose and never updated. The habit: 5 minutes before sleep, no phone, paper and pen. Answer the 3 questions. Not to judge yourself, to upgrade yourself.
We are now past the halfway point. Stay with me, because this next habit controls every single outcome in your life. Most men have it completely backwards. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your attention is not just a resource, it is your identity. What you consistently give your attention to, daily, hourly, becomes the architecture of your mind. Weak men give their attention to everything. Every notification, every opinion, every argument that has nothing to do with where they are going. They are mentally colonized, not by enemies, by their own choices. Mentally unbreakable men treat attention like territory. They guard it. They ask of every single input, does this make me sharper, or does this make me softer? If it makes them softer, it does not get in. Not the argument, not the outrage, not the opinions of people who have not earned the right to live inside their mind. The habit is this: every morning, before you consume anything from the outside world, give your first 30 minutes to silence or deliberate thought. No phone, no music, no input. Just you and your mind in direct conversation. Most men fear this, because in silence they hear what they have been avoiding. And what you avoid controls you.
Here is something the Stoics understood that modern men have forgotten. You will suffer. This is not pessimism. This is fact. The question is never whether you will suffer. The question is whether your suffering will have a direction. A man who avoids all difficulty suffers anyway, from smallness, from the quiet knowledge that he is not becoming who he could be. A man who chooses his difficulty, who trains, who builds, who takes on weight voluntarily, that man suffers too. But his suffering builds something. Choose your hard. Soft life, hard future. Hard life chosen deliberately. Freedom. The habit. Every week, take on one voluntary challenge that asks more of you than you feel ready for. Not to prove anything to anyone else, to prove something to yourself.
Epictetus wrote, "First, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." Most men speak without thinking. They complain, they explain, they justify. Every word of complaint is a small surrender. Every justification is a vote for the version of you that did not follow through. Mentally unbreakable men are careful with their words, especially the words they say to themselves. Because the conversation inside your head is the most important conversation of your life. And most men are losing it. They speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to someone they respect. I am so stupid. I always fail. I cannot do this. Every one of those statements is an instruction, and your mind follows instructions. The habit. For 1 week, notice every negative statement you make about yourself. Do not suppress it. Notice it. Then ask, would I say this to a man I was trying to build up? If the answer is no, replace it. Not with false praise, with accurate language. I did not perform well today. I will prepare better tomorrow. That is not weakness. That is precision.
And now we arrive at the final habit, the one that holds the other 6 together. Without this, the other 6 mean nothing. Epictetus wrote, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." Most men try to build discipline through motivation. They feel inspired, they act. The inspiration fades, they stop. They're not building a mind, they are renting one. Mentally unbreakable men do not ask, "Am I motivated today?" They ask, "Who am I?" And they act from the answer. Here is what most people get wrong about change. They wait for behavior to build identity. They think, once I have done this long enough, then I will become that person. But the Stoics understood something different. Identity comes first. Behavior follows identity, not the other way around. The rule is this: you do not build mental strength by doing hard things. You build it by deciding at the identity level that you are the kind of man who does hard things. The decision comes first, the evidence follows. Not, "I will try to wake up early." I am a man who rises before the world does. Not, "I will try to be disciplined." I am a man whose word to himself is law. When your identity is the foundation, not your mood, not your motivation, not your circumstances, nothing breaks you. Because there is nothing to break. There is only who you are, and who you are does not negotiate. The habit is called the identity declaration. Every morning, before anything else, speak 3 sentences out loud. I am a man who does not break. I am a man who owns his mind. I am a man who acts, not reacts. This is not affirmation culture. This is identity engineering. You are not lying to yourself. You are instructing yourself. Do this for 30 days. Watch how your decisions change, not because you forced them, but because they became consistent with who you declared yourself to be.
Close your eyes for a moment. Picture a man. He wakes before dawn, not because an alarm forces him, but because that is who he is. He does not check his phone first. He does not reach for comfort first. He sits in silence.
He examines where he is going. He moves through difficulty without drama. He does not bend when others expect him to. He does not collapse when circumstances invite him to. He is not perfect, but he is unbreakable. That man is not a fantasy. He is the man you become when you stop waiting for the right conditions and start deciding who you are. The habits in this video are not suggestions. They are a standard. Hold yourself to that standard or stay exactly where you are. The choice, as it has always been, is yours.